Well, there's still a lot of tension going on in Rivers State. I must say, Happy New Year, alternative mindsets, people. It's good to do this brand new year. Looks like the political space is not even letting us breathe. Even though I think that since May 2023, we hit the ground running and we have not stopped. Nobody is taking a break. Anyway, Fayose is in the news, a former Ekiti state governor, and he's saying that the price of peace is cheaper than the overall cost of peace is cheaper than the price of war. And he was referring to, of course, the battle going on between the FCT minister and the current sitting Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara. We're going to discuss this and many more. First off, Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Are you running?
Same to you.
Running forward.
Are you running? Because we have hit the ground since 2023. We are running. This marathon is not about to end. We're not even jogging. We are running. We just arrived this new year, and there's a lot of basketballs. But let me take your feel on it, Malam Okafor. How are you feeling about the quagmire? I think that's the word. It's been a while I heard that word. The quagmire that is currently ongoing in Rivers State.
Rivers State case is something many people have heard their opinion about Wike and Fubara. But in this case, let's concentrate more on Fubara. A lot of people have the views that Fubara has not been a very good manager of his boss, Wike, and has also not been a very good manager of the state assembly members. Yes, you can't remove that, but oftentimes you also need to ask the question whether these people are manageable or they are the people that have made up their minds. When somebody has crossed certain Rubicon, no matter what you do, they say, oh, my mind is made up. So if somebody's mind is made up to do anything, no matter what you push forward, these people don't want to be appeased. It's when people say, okay, my price of being appeased is this, and you cannot begin to negotiate the price. If their price of being appeased is that River State resources must be squandered or certain
shared
things must be shared in a particular manner or budget must go in a certain manner, and you are the chief executive of the state and you are the one that's going to be held accountable, that thing is not going to work. So what is the price of the peace? Oftentimes, it's easy to say peace is less expensive. It's not always true. It depends on what is peace. To you people, if what is peace is also causing war in the lives of Rivers people, is causing retrogression in the lives of Rivers people, that's not peace. The peace that's going to cost people their livelihood, the peace that's going to cost people their resources, the peace that's going to cost people their employment, and oftentimes the ability to choose the leader they want to lead them is not really peace.
That one of the bases upon which the National Assembly is trying to impeach Fubara is that, he's going ahead and spending state resources without... Let me come not saying the same
Let me come to that. The budget they are talking about was passed by the National Assembly during the state of emergency. Where were these people? The supplementary ones they are going to bring should not cause a problem that will lead to impeachment. Do you understand? It shouldn't. But this is not to say, Fubara is right, the State House of Assembly are wrong. What Fayose is essentially trying to talk about is that as a governor, you have a way to manage these people. And truthfully, I believe Fubara should have a way to manage these people. Ensure that minimum of 1/3 is for you. It's easy to politically get them to your side. And the other balance, ensure you are trying to reach out to them. Don't lord yourself over to them. I am against Rivers State Governor, after meeting with the president, coming out to say, if you want to meet Tinubu, don't pass like this, come to me. Those were called concurrent
if he was raised by a man that speaks like that, why would you be shocked that he would behave like that?
Management, they say managers are paid to break the rules. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. So management, that's why I talked about management. Management means that you have to let certain things be. You don't have to talk like your master, even though you had wanted to do, so that you can reach out to the next person. It's like negotiation, a common ground.
Do you think that the National Assembly, the State House of Assembly in Rivers State can actually succeed in impeaching Fubara? You think they have grounds? Or this is just a case of, my husband pressed a toothpaste in the middle and I want a divorce?
Well, I don't think they can do that successfully because there are a lot of other factors that you have to consider now. First of all, the number one factor you have to consider is that Fubara is now in APC. Then Fubara also has gained support from some governors and some other factors in the presidency. You need to look at that in a holistic view. But also, if you're looking at the person he's dealing with, Wike is not the first governor of Rivers State, neither will he be the last governor. Wike is not the first governor that brought in someone to replace him. Governor Umar Eno, I hope I'm calling it correctly, Eno of Akwa Ibom State was put in there by the former governor, and now he has pledged his allegiance to the Senate president, and the other former governor has not killed anybody for it. So the present minister of the FCT should learn to swallow some pills and relax and govern in Abuja. 17 days he was out of Abuja, and the city of Abuja still smells till today. I'm telling you,
it's
smells.
in these 17 days, it still smelling. It was smelling even before you went.
At least, let's say with that 17 days, we would have concentrated on trying to clean up
from smelling.
Do you understand? It's not just enough to do the road. When you do the road, you maintain the roads. That's the truth. There's maintenance going on everywhere. The ones you have had before, they say prosperity is the ability to manage what you have had. Do you understand? Including what you don't have yet, or what you are just adding to it. If you are just adding to it, you adding to it, and you are not maintaining, that's not prosperity. You know, so that's you see, Wike is quite a difficult person to deal with, and people should stand up and say enough is enough of all these things. I actually agreed. He brought Fubara. Who brought Fubara? Wike brought Fubara. So if you brought Fubara, it should take all the nonsense and the mess that Fubara brings.
Do you then agree that Fubara is not doing a good job playing
Fubara
politics?
is not a good manager. If you ask me as a person, he's not a good manager. Do you understand? If he's a good manager, and I'm going to say this on air, because this is what's already happening. Fubara has the vote of the vote, the VOLT, the vote of the River State Assembly, of the River State as a state. With all the money Wike is using, where is he getting them from? To use to organize rallies. Of course, most of the time, most of the ones he's getting from the ones that he had before, and the one he's getting from Abuja. We know how much people have paid in grand rent, recertification of their. Who accounts for them? All the bridges and the 40 billion naira that was used to call.
So you're saying he's using state money for personal?
Is it not visible? Is it what we are going to be saying in hiding? Or does he have a cocoa farm? Or does he have an oil well?
Maybe he does. Using? I mean, does he?
So, sorry?
Does he?
We know he's a public officer. Bureau of Public Enterprise. Sorry, not Bureau of Public Enterprise. This agency that makes sure that their assets are. Do you understand? We know what the asset declaration.
Code of Conduct
Bureau. Thank you, sir. We know all these things. So we must not act as if these things are not in public view or domain. All the charades that they are having all over Rivers. I mean, people are following him because of the money he's giving. I can tell you. It's not because of they like him. It's because he go drop.
Now, based on that, we've heard that a good number of times. A lot of people are saying that Wike is clearly one of in his class. He's one of the most liquid politicians right now. And a lot of people around him are just soccer fans who want to take his money. I think he's aware of it and he's throwing it around, and that's why he's making such brash statements.
Yes.
But again, Fubara isn't doing so much to win people's loyalty over. Do you think that Fubara will end up getting a group of people who follow him because, or who would want to put him in office again because they do not like the guts that Wike has?
Yeah, you see, at the end of the day, it's going to be what kind of people are Rivers people and what kind of future do they want. For example, you saw Fayose advising Fubara and telling Fubara that it is least expensive to have peace than war. Why is Fayose not advising Wike? Instead of Fubara?
when there's fights,
do you know why?
It's the person
do you know
that
why?
is
Do you know
wrong,
why?
The right stays to beg.
No, hold on. No. Do you know why? Because Fayose benefits from Wike. He would rather address Fubara as the one who is now responsible for the problem. by telling him that it's cheaper to have peace than war.
So you don't think
instead of
Fubara
going back
is
to tell a singular factor, like he has said, Wike is not the only person that brought governor after him. It is happening almost in all the states.
I mean, it happened in Plateau State, and now Mutfanga's moved.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, Rivers have to think: do we want somebody that will give us from our money, I will clap for him, or want somebody that wants to use our money to develop our place and refuse to share it with people? It's all about Rivers. So when you say, "Oh, are people going to vote Fubara?" It's on Rivers people. What kind of leadership do they want?
So it's starting to seem like your submission makes it pushes the narrative that Fubara is fighting for the people of Rivers State, for their well-being. But in this fight, wouldn't you agree that right now, with what is going on in Rivers State, the people of Rivers State are the ones suffering the most?
That's what I'm saying. I cannot categorically...
Because is he focusing on governance now that the House of Assembly is against him?
I cannot categorically say he's fighting for people or not, when Fubara and Wike has also not clearly come out to tell us what is causing their problems. But in all this, we have seen some, issues of them not agreeing on how to do one or two things. This question is, what is Fubara controlling today? Whatever Fubara controlling today is for the Rivers people. It's for the Rivers people. It should not be controlled by another person, because the only person responsible for the control of Rivers resources today is Fubara, not Wike. So if Fubara needs to do it the way he wants to do it, he's essentially fighting for Rivers people, because some unseen hand should not be the one, because nobody will hold Wike responsible for how Rivers money is managed. So if Fubara say, I'm responsible, let me decide, and let Rivers people judge me, he's fighting for Rivers people.
Fubara is not able to say, I'm responsible. He has a constitutional right is to control the affairs of the state, financially, security-wise, on all fronts. He should be allowed to do it. When it was the turn of Wike to do it, Wike did it for 8 whooping years. So we were talking the other day. We say it's winner takes all. Is the person at the helm of affairs at that particular time that will be answerable both to the people, to the constitution, and to the law enforcement agent. And it's Fubara, so it should be allowed to do it.
Yeah, well, this situation that is happening in Rivers State is not just a test of egos. It's also a test of power and loyalty, and a show of strength. It's practically a power tussle. Whoever wins at the end of the day, we hope would be the people of Rivers State. However, we are afraid that this would be pushing a very bad precedence for the future as to how politics is run in Nigeria. Of course, we will continue with many more conversations like this on Alternative Mindsets.